Welcome. If you found your way here tonight, maybe you're holding on to something. A feeling, a goodbye, a sentence you never got to finish. This playlist is a place for unsent letters, for things we never said, and hearts we are still learning to put down gently. You won't find loud stories here, just quiet words, soft pauses, and voices that carry what you've been trying not to feel. You're not here to forget. You're here to feel without drowning in it. Each letter is written slowly, with breath and care, not to fix what broke, but to remind you you are not alone in learning how to let go. So get comfortable. Let your shoulders drop. You don't need to be strong right now. You just need to listen. And maybe, just maybe, this is the night something inside you begins to exhale. Welcome to Letters for Letting Go. To Michael, the one I once thought was forever. If that day you had simply said, "I'm still here," maybe everything would have been different. Michael, it's been 3 years since I walked out of that apartment in Portland. I still remember the sound of the door closing behind me, the echo of my own footsteps, and the silence that followed. I'm not writing this letter to blame you. I'm not hoping to get anything back. I'm writing to say thank you, properly, fully. You were once the person I believed would be with me forever. And even if you've built a whole new life now, new morning routines, new favorite cafes, maybe even someone new beside you, I still believe you deserve to hear the words I never said. This is not a letter for you to reply. It's a closure with words. A small gift I'm giving myself to let go with gratitude. There are memories I never planned to keep, but they stayed, like time forgot to touch them. I still remember that Friday evening in October. You invited me to walk by the Willamette River just because I said, "The weather's too nice to stay inside." You wore your usual gray hoodie. I held a hot chocolate you picked up at a gas station. The one you said, "Tastes awful, but it'll warm your hands." We didn't talk much, but the silence between us felt full. I thought, this is right. I felt safe, loved, seen. That camping trip to Smith Rock, do you remember? We forgot the flashlight. You used your phone's light to guide me down the trail. I laughed so much I forgot I had blisters on my heels. That night, in that clumsy tent, you looked at the stars and said, "There are more stars here than in any sky app." I smiled, not because it was romantic, but because it was real. Our last time together was in the Whole Foods parking lot. I held the straps of my bag tightly. You looked at me and said, "I don't know what I need anymore." And I, instead of saying, "I'm still here if you want me to be," just nodded and walked away. If I had been braver, if you had been clearer. But we don't always say the right things when our hearts are tangled. We didn't break because of one fight or one mistake. We broke apart because we stopped knowing how to stay close. There were so many things I should have said out loud, but kept inside, thinking, I'll say it another time, like, "You made me feel safe, even in silence." Or, "You were the first person who made me feel seen, just as I was." You never judged me. You listened even when I rambled. You remembered how I took my coffee, left notes before leaving for work, and stood by me through my late-night overthinking. You thought you weren't good at expressing love, but Michael, you were. In the small ways, the quiet gestures, the patient eyes. And now I can finally say, thank you for loving me in the way I didn't even know I needed. I started hiding my fears. You started shortening your replies. We shifted from call me anytime to let's talk later to text me if it's important. I remember texting, I'm feeling kinda low today. You replied, you got this. I'm in a meeting. And I understood. I really did. But I also felt that maybe I shouldn't say anything next time. And when both people go silent, love slowly becomes background noise. Not turned off, but slowly faded out. Looking back, I don't blame you. And I've stopped blaming myself. We loved each other as best we could. But sometimes, even love can't carry two people drifting in different directions. If anyone asks why we ended, I'd say, we stopped being a safe place for each other. I used to think letting go meant losing. Now I know, letting go can be the bravest thing you do. I'm not writing this to rekindle anything. I'm writing because you deserve to be thanked. Thank you for loving me in the way you could, when you could. Thank you for not holding me back when I needed space. Thank you for being kind, even in our goodbye. What I've learned from us is simple. Say what you need to say, clearly, kindly, while you still have the chance. I hope you found someone who makes your life lighter, someone who listens, who smiles when you talk about stars, and who keeps you warm in more ways than one. As for me, I'm still learning, still healing, still standing. But today, writing this, I feel peace, and that's enough. Michael, maybe you're not listening anymore. Maybe you're already asleep, or somewhere far from these words. But if a part of this letter stayed with you, then I hope it brought something soft. It's late now. The rain in Seattle is light and slow. Take one deep breath. Exhale slowly. Let go. You don't have to hold it all. Tomorrow can wait. Tonight, just rest. Sleep well, Michael. And sleep well, Emma. Sleep well to anyone who ever loved deeply and learned to let go. Thank you for listening. Thank you for walking beside me. For a while, that was enough. Thank you for listening all the way to the end. Maybe tonight you heard something you needed to hear. Maybe not. But either way, I hope you feel a little less alone. Now let the rest of this night hold you gently. You don't need to figure it all out. You don't need to carry it anymore. Take a breath. Let it go. You're safe here. And if there's still something you haven't said, you can leave just one line of it below. Sleep well. And if no one's told you today, you matter. You are loved. And you're doing just fine. Good night.